Hey YouTube, this We All Juggle Knives and Lights with the LED Lenser F1R. Yes, this is the F1R. This is the larger version of the previously reviewed F1. And here we see the difference. The F1R takes the 18650 Lithium-Ion, and the F1 takes little CR123A batteries. Alright, so the larger battery, more capacity. Now this is a Lenser branded battery, and this is included. It is included with the flashlight. And to install or replace, just put in like so. That's what the end assembly looks like. There's an O-ring there. As I said, the battery is included with this, alright, and that is a pricey type of battery. You also get a recharger for that battery. You also get a lanyard. You get a pocket clip that you can install if you want. You get a lens cleaner, a brush, spare O-rings, and finally you get a second bezel. And when I purchased this light, it was $108 on Amazon. Hopefully over time that price will go down, I hope, maybe as more stores get them in stock. But basically a pretty pricey light, so why did I get this? Well, it came down to the smaller version just made a very good impression with me. It's well made, very bright for its size. I like the interface, the button is smooth as butter. So yeah, I just thought the idea of a larger, basically 1,000 lumen version of this that's a bit larger, that idea appealed to me. Now I've already demonstrated this light in a previous video, my shootout with the ThruNite TN12, but just in case you haven't seen that, I'm going to roll in just a little bit of that demonstration footage. And now for the closer range demonstration, this is the Lenser on my throwing knife target. Alright, this is the high mode, medium, and low, and back to high. Okay, and here is the Lenser again. Beautiful white light there. And here is the Lenser F1R, also pretty bright. Now one interesting thing about Lensers, when you remove the bezel, you can actually remove the lens as well. That is a lens. You might say, a lens? What the? Yeah, Lensers do not use a reflector. Like other lights use a reflector. This actually uses a lens, right, in front of the emitter to focus the beam. It gives it very good throw. And that's the emitter right there, so if you take off the lens, you see that's what it's like. As far as operating the Lenser, this has 3 modes, right? Just high, medium, and low. No blinking, no strobe, no SOS, no beacon, no disco. Now this always starts in high mode and goes to medium and low. Alright, so this is high, this is medium, and this is low. This also has what's called Momentary-On, which means if you halfway press it, it'll be on, but only for as long as you press it. And you can change the modes by just half clicking it. Now one very interesting thing about this light, it's programmable, so you can actually program it so it starts off in low and goes to medium and then high. So you can reverse the order of the modes, and it tells you how to do that right here. Basically to reprogram the light, you have to do half presses 8 times and then it'll blink. And after you do that 8 times, then you click it. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, boom. And you see how it just blinked? So now this is reprogrammed to go low, medium, high. Right, low, medium, and high. One great thing about this light is how compact it is. There you can see that next to the ThruNite TN12, which uses the exact same type of battery and is around the same max lumens. It is not the smallest, however. That honor goes to this Zebra light. SC600. And yeah, so far this zebra light has been the most compact light that uses that same type of battery. I'll include a link to that review as well. As far as the construction of the light, it is first rate. You got these baffles here to basically disperse heat better. This is an anti-roll collar, but it can also be used for the cigar grip. As I said, Lenzer is a German company. Some of their stuff is made in China, but you know, designed in Germany, made in China. I'm not sure where this is made, but oh, and incidentally, the German company Lenzer is actually owned by Leatherman Tool Group, the US company that makes multi-tools. Yeah, so final thoughts, you know, is this light worth it? I mean, I think most people would agree it's cool, but is it worth it? You know, it is kind of an expensive light. There are more expensive, actually. Surefires are even more expensive. I don't have a Surefire yet, but people swear by them. You know, much like with folding knives, when you get up into the higher price ranges, essentially there's a point of diminishing returns where you're paying more and more for only smaller and smaller improvements. So do you need this light? No, you know, these days for $20 or $30 you can get a really blazingly bright budget flashlight for only $20 or $30. So you don't strictly need this, but you know, the cheaper light, it'll be a bit more clumsy, a bit less well made, maybe the ergos won't be as good, the button, you know, you might have to press it twice a couple times, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you don't strictly need it, but it is very nice to just have something so well made as this. Alright, hope you enjoyed the review. It's been We All Juggle Knives and Lights. I'm out.